The iPhone 15 just launched in every single Apple store nationwide. The Apple Watch Series 9 has brand new gestures that we have never seen before, and the Apple Vision Pro is right around the corner. So, what can we expect from this brand new Apple event? Here's everything that you need to know. First, let's start off with the Apple Watch Series 9. The Apple Watch Series 9 comes in 5 new colors, and it is Apple's first carbon neutral product. It uses more recycled materials than ever, 100% clean energy, and any energy that you use to charge it is offset by Apple. So like if you're charging it with not clean energy, you don't need to worry because Apple's gonna plant trees and stuff to make that better, which is literally crazy. Their 2030 goal is to be carbon neutral by 2030, and they're actually taking huge steps towards this goal. The Apple Watch Ultra 2 is also completely carbon neutral paired with special bands and whatever, but like you get the point. They're making big steps towards becoming a 2030 carbon neutral company. Yes. Alright, let's move on to all the new features. The Apple Watch's brand new chip has a 2 times faster neural engine. By the way, this chip is the same in the Apple Watch Ultra and the Apple Watch Series 9, which I think is pretty weird because I thought that the Ultra would want to have a better chip, but let's not get into that. So, the new chip has a 2 times faster neural engine, which can power a brand new feature called Double Tap. Double Tap can help you navigate through your smart stack. You can just tap your fingers twice together. You can start or end a phone call. You can use an alarm or stop a timer, all that good stuff. It also has a 2 times brighter display, which is crazy considering that the battery life is exactly the same as last year, which is literally so good. It lasts all day long. My Apple Watch lasts all day long, and that's the SE. Now, we also have on-device Siri, which means that you don't need to be connected to the internet to access Siri and to ask her simple questions like, what's my battery percentage, or all that good stuff. You can also ask Siri health questions, which is coming later this year. And precision finding on iPhone. So you can like precision find your phone using your Apple Watch, just like you can precision find an AirPods Pro or an AirTag using your iPhone. So that's extremely cool. Now, let's move on to the brand new iPhone. The normal iPhone 15 is the biggest upgrade between iPhones that we've had for so long, excluding the Pro versions. I mean, the 14 Pro was a huge upgrade. First of all, it has a dynamic island from the 14 Pro series, which means that you can now do live activities up in the top, and you can, track the status of your food order, see the next direction on maps, or even see the progress of your timer or music. It also has a 48 megapixel main sensor, which means that it has 4 times the resolution of last year's iPhone. Since the normal iPhone has had the 12 megapixel sensor for so long, now that it has the 48 megapixel sensor, this also enables it to capture 2x photo cameras. So without adding an extra lens, you can actually capture 2x in full quality, which is amazing. There's also some brand new colors, and the color is now infused into the glass, which makes the color much better and brighter and easier to tell that the color is there, and just a more even amount of color throughout the entire iPhone, which is great. Also, we have the A16 Bionic chip, which is the same chip that's in the iPhone 14 Pro, but trust me, it is fast. I've been using the iPhone 14 Pro as my daily driver for so long now, and it has never lagged on me, never any problems, and it's just always been great. There's also a brand new feature to the satellite connectivity. You can now use your satellite to call for roadside assistance. Apple's pretty much partnered with AAA, and yeah, I think it's only AAA. Apple has partnered with AAA to make satellite roadside assistance. So if you get stuck without gas, if your car breaks down, and you're in the middle of nowhere and have no service, you can just point your phone up to the satellite and you can get roadside assistance right from there. There's also next generation portraits, which means that if you just take a normal picture, it's automatically gonna capture the depth information needed for a portrait shot. So what you can do is after you take the picture, if you say, oh, I wish I've taken this picture in portrait, you can go in, slide the little depth slider in the editing, and you can automatically make it a portrait after you've taken it, even in normal photo mode, which is absolutely crazy. Also with iOS 17, you can now switch the focus of people's faces in portrait mode after you've taken the shot, just like in cinematic mode on iPhone 14 Pro. Also, we have USB-C, which is absolutely crazy. This makes it like 20 times faster to share information via cables, and it's just so much better because you can use the same cable for your iPad, your Mac, now your iPhone, your AirPods, because the AirPods Pro second generation. It's kind of like an AirPods Pro 2.5, if I'm being honest, because there's not really any new features that aren't on the normal AirPods Pro, but they come in USB-C 2, which is absolutely crazy. This is the biggest update to normal iPhone that we've seen in years. Well, let's move on to the pros. The iPhone 15 Pro now comes in titanium, which means that it's lighter and more durable. This is great for a Pro phone because I think that the Pro phones should definitely have better materials than the normal phones. And last year, it was a very minimal gap with the materials between the Pros and the normals. So now I like to see that Apple is definitely making a bigger difference between the Pros and the normal phones when it comes to materials. We also have the A17 Pro chip, which means that we just get so much better performance. But honestly, I don't really think that this is a huge upgrade. Even though the percentages and stuff show that it's a much bigger upgrade, I've never had any lag on the 14 Pro, which just says something on how much chips are evolving. But this does enable console level gaming. So a bunch of console games from PS5 or PlayStation or Xbox or all of these consoles are actually coming onto iPhone, and you can now play them straight from your phone just because of how fast these chips are. There's also the brand new action button. Yes, an action button, just like on the Apple Watch Ultra. It replaces the mute silent switch, and you can program it to do whatever you want. You can basically make it turn on your flashlight, you can make it open your camera onto any camera setting that you want, like video, photo, selfie, all that. You can also make it be the mute silent switch, just like it was before, but now it's a button. And you can also use shortcuts, which I really love, because you can make this do anything. We're basically enabling more customization on iPhone, which I really like because the past models of iPhone haven't been as customizable as they are now. We also have the 5x telephoto camera, which is only coming on the Pro Max, sadly. Apple says that it's because the Pro Max has more space or whatever, but I'm not really so sure about that. They also bumped up the price of the Pro Max by $100, but it's the same price as last year, technically, because the base model is now 256 gigs. Instead of 128, so it's also $100 more, which is a reasonable price. The 5x telephoto camera is really good. I got to try it out in person a little bit, and it's just like the 3x, but it's 5x, so you get more zoom, which is absolutely amazing. You can also now record spatial videos using the top two cameras on the iPhone 15 Pro. It can basically record a 3D video, and then you can watch it back on Apple Vision Pro. So Apple's really just hinting that Apple Vision Pro is the biggest release. And once it comes into Apple stores, guys, I'm immediately gonna go and make a video so you guys will stay updated. We also have a brand new battery. Well, not new, how new can batteries get? But the battery is slightly bigger, and because the A17 Pro is so efficient, it uses the battery much better than other iPhones. We also have many more recycled materials in the Pros, which is amazing to see because we definitely can see a pattern this year that Apple is trying to move forward and closer towards their 2030 goals, which is amazing. I'm all for the carbon neutral stuff. Well, that's all for the iPhones. Last but not least, we have the Apple Watch Ultra 2. Now this year there wasn't a really big upgrade. It pretty much just has the new chip that the Apple Watch Series 9 also has, and it has a couple of new features like being able to connect to Bluetooth devices to show all these different workout metrics and stuff, and it has a 50% brighter display, which is also really good. It's the same price as last year, very minimal upgrade this year, definitely not as much as the Apple Watch Series 9, but it's still a good upgrade, which is good since it's the same price as last year. We have so many new products this year. Apple Vision Pro, iPhone 15, iPhone 15 Pro, Apple Watch Series 9, Apple Watch Ultra, the brand new MacBooks that came out back in the WWDC. It is crazy. This is a super exciting year for technology. So if you guys want all the latest updates, just like and subscribe, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. See you in the next one.